Yes! Oh, okay. Oh. Hello my friend, introducing the new exotic gauntlet, Athrys Embrace. So first of all, how you get this exotic, you get it by farming the Master or Legend Lost Sector. There will be a link in the description below about how to do it. But basically once you get it, you get it. So if we are reading the perk, it says Catering Stinger. Weighted knife gains a second bounce. Precision hits with your weapon grants weighted knife a significant damage bonus and the ability to stagger unshielded combatant for a short time. So that second part where it basically boosts your throwing knife when you can body shot someone with your throwing knife and kill them. Honestly, for the 8 hours I played with the build, I haven't been able to do this even once. The problem is that first of all you need to land a lot of crits in a row, so it's not like just you cannot really decide when it's going to happen. And once you land a lot of crits, you need to have a throwing knife. The problem here is that you're not gonna have a throwing knife all the time. Okay, that's what was really strong in Shadowkeep when it first came out, is that you could run Ophidian Aspect and then you almost had always a throwing knife. But here you're not gonna have a throwing knife. The build is centered around making sure your throwing knives comes back as much as possible, but you're not always gonna have one. So every time I had the perk procced, or there was no one to throw the knife at, or I didn't have a throwing knife. So I honestly think this perk is going to be very helpful in PvP mostly, but not this perk is going to be very helpful in PvE, but not really in PvP. So in order to make our throwing knife come back, we have momentum transfer. Okay, causing damage with a grenade reduce your melee cooldown. So we're using trip mine grenade. Every time someone is gonna get tagged by the grenade, you're gonna get, I would say, a little bit less than half of your melee energy. So that's already a big bump. We're also rocking 10 strength to up that number even more, to make sure we have our knife back again and again. And we're running Gambler's Dodge. Okay, that way every time you dodge near an enemy, you are going to get your throwing knife. So what I did to have even more melee energy coming back to me is that I'm rocking double outreach on my cloak. That way every time I dodge, it reduces my melee cooldown. So if I have 2 of them, so I'm just dodging all the time, even when I don't need to. Every time my dodge comes back, I'm just using it. I'm throwing it away, but that way I can always have, or almost always have, a weighted knife for any engagement. And then some final thought on it. It's strong. When I took it off to work on my quest for my remnant on the hunter stasis subclass, I felt a bit naked. I feel like I didn't have as much tool to defend myself. The fact that you can throw a throwing knife somewhere in the general direction of an enemy and be sure that it's going to hit because it's going to bounce everywhere, it's a big plus. However, the problem that we have here is that anything you're going to do is going to be overthrown by stasis. The freezing mechanic is just way too strong right now to play anything else. But it works. I did had a lot of good games. I was able to get people behind cover, to trap people, to get some clutch plays that I probably wouldn't have been able to do without the exotic. So if we go pros and cons, the pros of the thing is that you're always gonna hit someone. You just need one headshot with the hand cannon to secure a kill. Sometimes you're gonna get random crits, kills out of thrown. Like you're just gonna throw it somewhere, and sometimes it's gonna hit someone in the head, sometimes not. The cons, I would say, is that you don't always have a weighted knife, even with all the things we are synergizing to make it work, to make sure our melee ability is coming back, but you still don't have it all the time. Stasis is very strong right now to be able to rock anything else. And the question that always comes back is, are you gonna have more or less success with using Stompies? That's really the main meta exotic for hunters or even Wormhusk. I would say no. I would say definitely Wormhusk is still very strong. However, the big pros that I found to this exotic is that it has a big learning curve. There's a lot of things you can do to get better, and there's a skill to gain for bouncing your knife and throwing them. So I'm gonna keep messing around with it. I'll probably make another review of this build. So yeah, the question that comes to me whenever I want to try a new build for the time I've been playing Destiny, the question that always come back now when I try a new build is this really competitive? Like, if I need to win the game of my life, am I going to use the throwing knife? Am I going to use Athrys' Embrace? And the answer is maybe, because I do believe there is a big skill gap, I do believe there is a big skill curve. There is a lot to learn from how to use your throwing knife, and predicting where the enemy is going to spawn, to hit them behind cover, predicting where the enemy is going to attack you, to hit them behind cover. And but the main question is it going to be better? Is Wormhusk going to be better? Is Stompies going to be better? And the honest answer is probably going to be yes. It's going to be yes, in my opinion. I'm still going to mess around with this exotic. By the way, if you guys made it all the way until the end of the video, please leave a little comment. And if you don't know what to leave, you can write big potato. Okay, just to show that you've watched the video until the end. And yeah, I see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and comment, and I see you in the next video. Bisous.